Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Disco's Corner. I'm your host, Disco, and this is episode 4. Tonight's episode is actually Donald Trump's trial. Tricky, true, trusted, or should we just say treason? Okay, all jokes aside, let's get into it. This is somewhat of a serious topic, right? What's going on right now? The defense has actually finished their cross examination, and Michael Cohen's, and that was of Michael Cohen's, excuse me, apologize for that. So the defense have actually finished their cross examination of Michael Cohen's, right? And this is the trial, the hush money for Stormy Daniels. And, it's probably be about a week before the jury comes in and do their final verdict. And remember, there's only one person that needs to have a shadow of doubt, for him to get off. My opinion is that's what's going to take place. He's going to get off on this. The reason I have that opinion is because this world, one thing I know about the United States that hasn't shocked me, especially the last 8 years, is that whatever you don't think is going to happen, especially when it comes to politics, will happen. Donald Trump became our president after all of that whole circus of things he did through the election process, his debating, every bit of those antics that were going on. On top of that, fast forward, with the second election, well, what he did while he was in office, that was just mind blowing. All the different things that we can go back and go through that whole, mental Rolodex or the almanac of Donald Trump's, a term in office, to the second election where he lost to Biden and, the siege on the Capitol. That man still is in a position right now to run. His criminal background, he became president with all that nonsense there and was able to run after that as well as now, right? So with that being said, nothing shocks me in regards to the possible outcome. So for those that might think it can't happen or, oh my God, there's no way, I've heard that before he got elected, and, we see what we got with that. So I want to go in this direction with this conversation. Regardless of what side you stand on, if you're for Donald Trump, against Donald Trump, what do you think the outcome of this is when it comes to the election? Do you think it's going to play any role in the election? Do you think people are going to care about it at all, especially in the minority community? Right now, Donald Trump, shockingly, as we see with a lot of these posts that are down there, especially in the southern part of the states, he has a lot of supporters that are out there. You know what I mean? Truthfully out there and campaigning as early as possible in regards to their support for Trump. So do you guys think that this is going to impact him anyway if he gets convicted or if he doesn't get convicted? Well, if he gets convicted, I think he might have to do time. So we take that one off the charts. Well, we take that one off out of the equation. But if he doesn't get convicted, will there be any impact just because of the allegations? Or will this automatically now put him as not just a Teflon Don, but give him more, hey, this is why people are definitely going to vote for him because he beat this case. So let me know your thoughts on that. And one thing I want to bring up too is just from a educational standpoint, from just educating ourselves and in our community, please make sure that if you're not aware of what's going on in politics, take time. I don't care if it's 10, 15 minutes a day or at least a couple of minutes, during the week to really tap in to see what's going on. Elections impact us. And not just the president's election or the presidency. Please understand the most crucial possible elections are your town elections, your governor, your senators, your mayors, those people there, those people that the Senate and people that control the electoral votes that you actually have, they dictate everything. Please remember that the population or the popularity vote versus electoral votes, you can win without winning the popularity vote, the population vote. You can lose. Everybody in the world can say, hey, we want so-and-so to be president. Majority, when I say everybody, I'm saying majority. But the electoral votes will control and dictate who actually wins at the end of the day. For the most part. Might be not wording it the best. Definitely let me know, correct me if I'm saying that incorrect in regards to the way that's being worded. But in a nutshell, that's what it comes down to, right? So understand how important it is to actually get out there vote and vote at the lower levels, or the most critical levels, the most crucial levels in an election year or years prior to or leading up to an election. You know what I'm saying? Get out there. I know a lot of times people think their vote doesn't matter because of how things go. Understand when you should vote, why you should vote, and at what times are the most important times to vote. With that being said, part of the reason I wanted to say that or wanted to get at that, lost my train of thought. Sorry about that. But there's going to be a lot of policies that are passed over the next probably like 10, 20 years, and bills that are passed that are going to probably revolve around AI, artificial intelligence. And who you place in office now and who you put in these positions are going to dictate that. People are going to be lobbying for some of these things here. These big tech companies are going to start lining the pockets of a lot of these politicians. So understand that, because IT, my background is IT. So I've been, in IT industry for years. Please understand that that's going to be critical to the direction of this world, in my opinion. The Matrix, Minority Report, Terminator, any of these movies that kind of somewhat show you what technology can do, it's real to some degree. There's a lot of companies out here that are developing ways of trying to get a level of consciousness into a lot of this technology. And we're going to talk about that on another episode. We're going to really get into the IT and the technology and AI and where that's going, and artificial intelligence and automation, and even where it comes from a job standpoint, and how, when looking for careers going forward or talking to young kids and kind of steering them in directions of what careers, understand what our dying industries are, because we're going to start having a lot of dying industries. You got a young kid, in my opinion, if he's going to school and say, hey, I'm about to go to so and so to be a mechanic, you better be learning about electric vehicles, because to some degree that's going to be a dying career path. So we're going to have more conversations in regards to just that, but a mixture of that and politics. So we're going to kind of spin it in many different directions. We're going to follow this Trump trial. We're going to hopefully see what takes place in about a week or so. We're going to circle back, but let me know your thoughts, your opinions on what you think the outcome of this trial is going to be, how you feel about it. Is it going to have an impact? Is it not going to have an impact? Where does this, where do you sit in regards to voting this year? Are you going to vote? Because some people don't even vote. Some people at this point don't, as I said before, care to vote. They think their vote doesn't matter. And, you ain't got to say who you're voting for. Don't even want to go in that, direction. But what do you think is going to take place when the next person is in that chair? Whether it's Trump or Biden, when you see that person in there and they have that 4-year run, what is your prediction of what that 4 years will look like? As a matter of fact, I want to kind of know that. What do you see with the 4 years of Trump or 4 years of Biden? What do you see that looking like? And let's talk about that. I got it's kind of like I don't know. I can't say. I don't even know which. One's bad, but one's damn near bad too. Hey, and that's kind of why. So hopefully I remember this whenever we talk about these. When we get into politics, I'm gonna do the red and blue. As you guys can see, I got back there, Democrats, Republicans. So we're gonna try to do some themes with this podcast. We're probably gonna do a lighter blue when we talk about the IT, the electric type of vibe there. So I'm gonna try to make sure the color scheme kind of matches the subjects that we're talking about. So with that being said, hey, once again, thanks for supporting. Like, subscribe, turn your notifications on, and comment. I want the comments. I'm gonna reply back. Give me 24 hours or so, and I'll reply back, because I like to hear what you guys are thinking, and give me ideas or whatever you think I might, will be a good topic for us to bring up and touch base on, or to have on the show. Once again, Disco Corner. Appreciate you guys.